Finally, the Lagos State government organized the second phase of its stakeholders' consultative forum on sexual and gender-based violence. Now, the forum also seeks to enlighten primary and secondary school children on the need to speak up whenever they experience any form of abuse.
For 2 years, the Lagos State government has been taking steps to reverse the data on child abuse, which is almost becoming alarming. And one of the steps government has taken is to put in place a law giving powers to the Domestic and Sexual Violence Response Team to bring perpetrators of abuse to justice. Between May 2019 and August 2021, nearly 3,000 children were reported to have experienced emotional abuse. Recent statistics from the Lagos State government in partnership with UNICEF reveals that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 10 boys are likely to suffer abuse before the age of 18. In reducing this growing trend, the Office of the First Lady holds the second phase of Stakeholders' Consultative Forum on Sexual and Gender-Based Violence.
Phase 2 is to now look at our NGOs that are based in Lagos State, bring them together in a room, find out what they're doing, understand ourselves better, have a kind of modus operatus that we can work with in different local governments, in different wards, so that people know that there are a lot of NGOs working, there are watchdogs everywhere, there are billboards everywhere. It's like when you enter the train or the bus, when you travel abroad, everywhere, you just see these things, they keep on hitting you in the face all the time. Every area, that's what we want to try and do. Office of First Lady is noted for social advocacy. So we're going to capitalize on that, that's our strength. We also are noted for supporting all the ideals of the administration of the Lagos State government.
Who knows the meaning of what an abuse is?
To prevent abuse of minors, the Lagos State government is also educating primary and secondary school students on the importance of speaking up and for parents to be observant.
The person doesn't have to touch you to abuse you emotionally, just by using words, harsh words, calling you names. That's you. In your quiet moment, you begin to see yourself like, for instance, you are very ugly.
The news needs to be spread across all sectors of the population until all the children are aware. So what we suggest to do is the teachers, we have a lot of enlightenment for teachers also, awareness for caregivers, awareness for people in charge of children. They are the ones going to help us to spread the message across. The message to parents out there is to be on the lookout for signs. First of all, we look at preventive measures. Parents, put more attention to your children. Take care of your children. Don't neglect your responsibilities towards your children. Because the Lagos State now is frowning against parental neglect, against child neglect. So we say give them access to education, give them access to a peaceful home, give them access to their basic needs and rights, towards a bright future. And so if by chance anybody abuses your child, you can always feel free to speak out to the relevant agencies and also to watch out for some of the warning signs, in your child. When you see a child that is happy and all of a sudden becomes withdrawn or starts acting out, starts throwing tantrums, starts behaving inappropriate, you should begin to ask questions, because sometimes these are like red flags that this child has actually been abused.
This session proves to be an eye-opener according to the testimonies of the children.
When you are a victim of rape, you should tell a trusted that moment or that day. You shouldn't let it exceed that day. You should tell a trusted adult so that they can take you to the nearest medical center, and they should, because such cases it might lead to sexually transmitted infections or HIV or hepatitis B. So you have to get yourself treated.
I have learned that in all situations we met ourselves and we found that we are being abused either one way or the other, we should always speak up. And I can protect myself or my fellow mates by reporting a situation whereby I'm being abused to my parents or a trusted adult or to the social workers.
And if you have been molested, you should report or call a number 080 00 33333. And you have different types of rights. Right to life, right to education, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and right to education, most importantly.
Again, the state government emphasizes the need to call for help.
In Lagos State, we have zero tolerance for all forms of domestic and sexual violence, and we must continue to work towards ensuring that we minimize the occurrence of this bestial act as much as possible. And in the rare case, perpetrators must be promptly brought to book and subjected to public odium in order to serve as a deterrent to others, whilst victims receive adequate medical and psychosocial support. The Lagos State government is committed to upholding the right of children to life, education, peaceful home, name, and dignity. No child in our state must be subjected to any act of violence, including sexual abuse. So, as a child, do not allow anybody to touch any of your private parts.
The issue of abuse is of great concern not only to Lagos State government, but every parent and even non-governmental organizations. And perhaps there's need for all these interested parties to put resources together and jointly tackle this menace that is threatening to deny children of their childhood.
And that's it for this edition of Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until next time, please stay safe.